Hi guys, Dorota Nail, international nail artist and educator here, and today I have prepared for you an awesome cute Halloween nail art. Have a preview of it in here. I am actually in love with this style and I hope you really enjoy learning how to achieve it as well. If you're new in here, don't forget to subscribe as there is lots of tutorials coming up every Monday, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Let's start! I think that's the cutest Halloween nails. Look at those colors, absolutely amazing, and I'll show you how to do this look. So first of all, we need to play and paint the background for the ghost, and I'm gonna use the color 203. A really light and pastel pink. And then give it 60 seconds cure. On this tip, we are gonna go for a transfer foil gel. And just so you can guys see it as well, what I'm painting, I will add the drop of the black foil gel. And also separate scoop for later on. Okay, we are gonna start painting those pumpkin. So I want one which is quite large in here. Okay, this is my starting point. And then just keep adding more. Okay, the ones which are on the top are much smaller. And here I've got still pretty large one. And then a tiny one. Okay, also in the top part I'm gonna just paint like a wee triangle shape. And then make it nice and swirly. Okay, on the top part we are gonna paint some flower here. Quite nice irregular petals. So I usually paint like a messy heart shape, I would call it. Nice and delicate leaf. And then on this empty space, just a leaf. So if I would be doing this design on the client, I would either use their natural nail color, like, you know, when we're building up the nail enhancements, either a milky pink or a perfect rose, maybe a touch of the baby boomer to have a whiter background. You could also paint the entire nails white and then put a matte top coat over it, or just shiny top coat and buff it. But you want the matte surface. Okay, the first pumpkin is ready, and I'm gonna cure it at 60 seconds. This one is ready for a second layer. Could probably do with the one layer, but I want this design to be really nice and pretty, so I am just a little bit slower and a little bit more fussy. Like, that's the usual case, you know, the slower we are, the nicer design we are gonna do. Now, since my other chip is almost done, I'm gonna grab the metallic foils, and I've got some different shades of golds in here. So I want some yellow gold, just a small piece of the yellow gold. Then I also want the pale gold. That one is really pretty. So let's maybe cut 2 of them. Then there is some other golds as well, but I will stick with this 2. This one is quite nice and interesting too. And my tip is ready. So let's do this one more on the pumpkin, but I can see it, my tip is more secure from the top, so the yellow gold is gonna go here. Now I need to press it down in there. With the other color. If you not confident like how you are going to transfer like so many different colors, you could do one part, cure it, do the color, and then do another part. I'm just going straight away and playing with both colors at the same time. Okay, this one is ready for the next step, so we've got nice background. And I'm gonna paint 2 pumpkins in here as well. And I like it that we've got 2 different types of gold. So I think this is a pretty easy way to paint the pumpkin, like just going like this, because it almost gives you this irregular shape, and I think it will be harder if you would just start it with that shape. Then if you want to make it more irregular, you can add some tiny ones from the top. Okay, then because we start everything in one place, we've got much more of the inside of the pumpkin, like with the gold on it, and I quite liking this one. So here I'm gonna go for a swirl, slightly different than on the other ones. Nice and long. And then we need to squeeze another pumpkin, and here. Okay, so it's behind it. And another swirl. The leaf coming up from the side. So I think once you see it, how the things are painted, it becomes much easier as well, like when they're broken into simple shapes. And I'm using the D-liner brush. The detailer brush would be pretty good as well if I would want it to do it quite a nice and small detail. And again, we are gonna do some flower. So this one is gonna be slightly different, just so we've got different things. And then couple petals in there. And that will do. So again, 60 seconds cure. On this one we are gonna play slightly different, so I'm gonna grab some white gel and we'll do cute ghost. Okay, so I'm using watercolor brush just because it's much faster. Rounded shape on the top, then I make it a little bit slimmer, and then the flying parts bottom. So again, the watercolor brush has a quite nice size because you can do it like almost with the one stroke of the brush, get those nice shapes. Okay, and then give it cure. This foil one is ready, so I'm gonna go for this one in here. And I got a really nice and good press this time, like, you know, the other one was, the tip was moving too much. And then the yellow gold. Pale gold. You can really play with it. As I say, like for those of you who are just starting with the foils, it might be easier to do it one color at the time. I'm just playing with both colors. And I think I have some orange one too. So like, I mean, we could use any kind of color. Perfect. The ghost is ready for a top coat, and I'm just gonna put a matte top coat over it. And then cure it. And since my tip is curing, I'm just gonna grab a couple of the colors, so 297. And I choose Roll With collection, like first of all because I quite like it, and also it's a really nice and pastel colors. 295 and 293. Okay, so we've got all those nice and pretty colors. Let's just finish playing with the foil, so I need to clean this one and give it gentle bath. Like, I do love it when the surface is bathed if I'm really fussy. Guys, if you're liking this design, please hit the share button so the other can see it as well. We've got also those hype, yeah, hype option too. So we would really appreciate it. I think this design is just so unique, like, and so amazing. Like, it is worth your hype. And I hope you're thinking the same. Okay, now the ghost. So with the ghost, I want to paint the edges of it. I'm just gonna go that way so you can see it more. Because otherwise I need to cover more of the tip. And then we are gonna do the rounded shape on the bottom. And I'm prolonging each of it. Like you can see it, we've got some almost waves. There we are. And another one in here. Now this one has a flower. Okay, so this one has a wee cute flower in there. And I'm gonna do a bow for this one. So I think it will be nice to play different kind of style. And the bow is gonna be on the other side since there is something on that one. So rounded shape. And then just a very simple bow. So I'm just painting a heart shape. Coming from the top. Okay, and then here I've got the ghost, which I'm gonna actually use it as a part of my bow. And just the same from the other side. So again, I'm gonna use that gold as a part of my bow. And I'm gonna keep this bow quite simple. That is plenty. So now is the time to cure it. And we can also start coloring our pumpkins. And that's where the fun begins as well, because depending how you color it, that's the results you are gonna achieve. So the chromes, multi-chromes looks different on every color. And we are gonna use that creating this design. So I think it will be nice to have some sort of green here as well. Okay, you can see it, I'm just mixing these colors. And I love it also how it looks on the white too. So I'm gonna place some green in here. Then go into the yellow one. So I didn't clean my brush. My brush is pretty messy. And I have swapped to the Tyler brush. Okay, then yellow to the pink gives me nice pastel orange. Lucky, stop it. And I'm gonna just transfer the foil on the other one because it's ready. So let's do the ghost yellow. Okay. And then let's do maybe blue in here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm kind of mixing the colors on the pumpkin, and then I'm gonna add a drops of white. So in some places I also have some white. Okay, because on every color this is gonna look different. The pumpkin behind is gonna be pink. And some orange. And the more I go outside, I will go lighter. Yellow and white. And then color the flowers. Again, I want to do it all sort of different colors. And then some pink. And let's do this one blue. Cure it. And this pumpkin, oh, let's maybe do purple actually, because we didn't do purple. That says 200 sugar.
This looks like pink almost.
Yeah, but it's almost, yeah. Here we are, more purple. So I added a drop of the blue to make it slightly different. And again, I do not clean the brush because then my brush has quite a nice amount of different colors on it, making it more interesting. Now here my gold is pretty chunky, so I'm just coloring it. And then the flower is gonna be yellow and orange. Again, the more color mixtures I've got, the prettier it's gonna to turn out. So I went for some pink as well. And then give it a cure. Ghost. Okay, so the ghost is needing some blush on the cheeks. And to do that you want some top coat. Hi Shine, where are you? So top coat and my pink. Okay, so the cheeks are gonna be here. I'm just gonna reshape my brush. It have been used in a blue scrap for the different designs with the markers, and it's kind of dry out a little bit. So I need to fix it. Okay, then we want a tiny bit of that pink to go on the bottom. So usually I have the same set of the brushes for any kind of products, but I find it like if you do have a separate one is better, but if you don't have separate sets, then you just kind of retrain your brush to the new product. Okay, so my brush was to dry out in a blue scrap, and now I'm just moisturizing it and reshaping in the gels. So after I finish painting this design, it should probably get better. Like the hairs shouldn't stick out anymore. So that's a good tip as well for those of you who are using the same set of the brushes. And if it doesn't really behave, then I take a hot water, reshape the bristles like a boiling water, and then moisturize them. Okay, we've got the cheeks. And then we are gonna paint some eyes. So I'm going back to the detailer brush. And start painting cute eyes. And a wee face. Give it a cure. And then these ones are ready for a next step. But I'm just gonna finish the ghost so we are on the same stage. The bow I want to be orange. Okay, my ghost is also needing some eye sparkle. And a cure. Okay, now top coat time. So what you want to do it like the entire tip is matte. Okay, you want to grab high shine and you want to top coat it the places you want to have the chrome on it. So I'm just re-cleaning my brush in a top coat because it was used for the paints and it might disturb the results. And now what I'm gonna do it is just color the places which I want to be chromy. Because the top coat is quite runny, you might need to flash cure it, depending how fussy you are. So on the clients, I do use the flash cure quite often because I'm working like on one hand, swap one hand, then another hand. So this doesn't slow down my work. That's why I like to do it also 2 tips at the same time, because if I would be flash curing this one, I can still paint on another one. And this is what I'm doing on the clients. So I'm never doing like on one tip at the time. Now, what I'm doing now as well, because the top coat is done with the small brush, it can sometimes leave almost a line. So I'm checking how the top coat reflects, then just flash cure it. I make sure like this is an actual really flash cure, because if you over cure it, the chrome is not gonna stick. And I usually cure my top coat 60 seconds for the chromes. And then the flowers. Okay, cook this one, finish off that one, and grab that one. Okay, I'm controlling my curing time. And the other tip is ready. Cook this one and let's bring those chrome. And I'm gonna play. So I think like you can play and use different type of chromes. So this one is Aurora. This one is Aurora 2. Is it this one Aurora 2 or? Okay, I need to double check because I've got some different. Yes, that must be Aurora 2. No. Patrick starts bringing me in different things. So I've got some Aurora 2 and I've got Aurora 1. And I'm just gonna rub this in. So a nice mixture of different ones. And the chrome is gonna only stick into the top coat. Okay, then let's do the ghost. So we are gonna grab the top coat and top coat our ghost. I had dilemma that I wanted to actually put a chrome over eyes or I didn't. And then I decided, oh, it's fine. Like for this design, like I'm just gonna put chrome all over the ghost. And if you prefer, what you could do it is you could actually chrome the ghost before you paint the eyes and the face. And then the eyes are gonna be more stand out. But I wanted those kind of a chrome look all over. Because on every color it looks different. Okay, make sure you kind of distribute the top coat pretty even. And then cure it. Now this design is ready to be clean. So I always like to clean it like you don't have any residues from the chrome, because that can take away the prettiness of it. Like it's not gonna be as pretty. And then we can top coat it. And again, I kind of had dilemma if I wanted to do the 3D look over it or not. And then I decided that I'm liking the pumpkins the way they are, but the ghost has to have the tiny bit of the 3D over it. So that's the pumpkin ready. And now let's finish the ghost. Wow, I love it. Oh no, I miss a tiny bit on the top. Okay, so just touch this one up and straight away, because I'm not gonna rub the chrome in those places. I'm just gonna take a top coat and do the first 3D. So you want the 3D only on the bottom of the ghost, just like a one line. Okay, let's retouch that top part. Oh, it's showing the dent. Oh no, that looks so terrible now. It's a hair. It's a hair. Okay, it's a hair. So I'm just gonna do one more. It's a French? French. Yeah, 3D French. Now the other ones are ready. I'm just gonna pull my chromes on the side and start bringing them in. So we've got another pumpkin here. Fix my French. There we are. Oh, it's cute French. Clean it everything. High shine over to protect our chrome. And the French is gone now. No, it's visible, still there. Texture is visible there. Okay, cure it. Grab the other pumpkin because it's ready. Place in there and finish off those wee lines. 1, 2, paint, freeze it like as fast as possible because the top coat is running and spreading really fast, so you want to freeze it as fast as possible. And then do one more and one more. Finish curing it and I can show you the ghost. So there we are. We've got a cute ghost in here, and that's how they turn it out. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. I think it's so nice, cute and pretty. Sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!